need a buzz.
So do I.
This ain't cutting it.
Do you need to go get the champagne so it's up here?
Yeah. Also, I only put one shot in these.
Well, add some more tequila.
It makes me sweat.
Champagne will be hot, though. We need to get a champagne bucket. Well, I don't have one. We need to get one. Do you have one? Mic, good? What about whenever I'm looking at you?
Yep, it's good.
Okay. I wish you could show the camera. Blend your side and more.
I tried.
I just don't want you to be like, hey, look at my bronzer. Tequila. Tequila.
Did you check the sound with your drink?
I might end up switching to champagne. Anyway.
You will.
I just don't want to waste this. And
We're not going to.
It's not that it tastes bad.
No, it's good.
I just
want like a little faster of a buzz. Because we're about to spill our hearts open. And where's my phone?
I threw it in the blanket.
Oh.
I fell down the stairs last night. So my already existing back problems are back probleming.
She has a life alert on the way.
Literally, I need it. I mean, can you imagine if I just stopped responding and what if I was dead?
I wonder if your dogs would eat you.
I feel like I've heard that they don't right away, but eventually
yeah. All right, y'all.
It's going to be an emotional journey today.
Welcome to episode 2, right?
Well, we don't know. Episode ? Because
we're just filming how our hearts tell us to.
Our business plan is follow our soul.
Yep.
And we'll figure it out.
Oh, I brought nail glue this time.
And we've super glued down my flyaways.
We're learning. And by the way, if this lipstick looks a little too 80s, it's her fault because she told me to put on lipstick.
You needed it.
Also, you know what I love? AGT. Can zoom in. Product launch. AGT, America's Got Talent. I don't know why, yeah.
Oh, she
I just
loves America's Got Talent.
I just aimed that at your face.
That would have been great footage, and I would have killed you.
Would have been Pearl Harbor.
I'm scared. Oh, shit. It's okay, Dixie.
Look, a big pour, because this one's going to be tough to get through. It's not tough to get through. It's just
a lot.
It's
a lot of emotions.
We've been processing a lot about everything. So we need some liquid courage. My muscles look really big.
Probably. Fucking Hulk. I also need to read with more emotion because sometimes when I was reading my letter, I was like, like a fucking...
No, you didn't.
Yes,
you were trying not to bawl your head off.
That's also true. I think I should read mine and then you should read yours.
Me first. Or wait, what do you think?
If mine's empowering you, do you think it would make more sense for me to go first or second? I also need to stop fucking with my iPad. And
I have like gas bubbling up.
Well, we're going to burp a lot because we're back to champagne.
It's gas and feelings.
Oh, my fucking back. You'll get more treats when you continue being a good girl.
I wish someone would tell me that.
Me too. Are you going to read to the camera?
Yeah. I just have to get my bearings.
Okay.
Hi. That's it.
Welcome to We Weren't Crazy. Oh, we have to say
The
that.
end. I know. You're right.
Welcome to We Weren't Crazy.
Welcome to We Weren't Crazy. We're going with our heart and our gut, and we want the episodes to make sense for what's important to us in the moment.
And this is a important real time.
Yeah.
A 3 a.m. epiphany that we had to unpack today.
So in order for me to hold my composure in the best way that I know how to, I had to write a letter to read.
It's the best way to say everything you need to say and then unpack it in the way that we talk.
Right.
So that way all kinds of people can.
And I don't know why I'm so
the
nervous right now. I'm nervous not because of what I'm gonna share. I'm just like
your nervous system. Remember we talked about that. Yeah. Your nervous system is waking up to a lot.
Xanax. Oh, did you see that? Sorry, I'm struggling. I don't know why I'm so nervous.
Do you want to move some of it?
I don't know. I don't know what I want right now.
We just need to read it.
Okay.
Breathe.
Here we go. Hi. I can't. Okay. Can I start over?
No, keep going.
Sorry. Okay. I don't know why I'm freaking out.
You don't. It's a big deal. You're being very brave.
Thank you. So here's kind of where I'm struggling. Like, I don't feel as comfortable talking to the camera as I do to you, you know?
Yeah.
So maybe I can just
read it to me, and then I think naturally, you look at the camera like naturally. We both do
Yeah.
that. So just read it out loud and like read it like to me, and then
Yeah.
wherever your heart says look at the camera, you will.
Okay.
I don't know why we think that we can like pre-plan. So I should look at the camera? Like, we can't do that. It's never going to work for us.
What I'm about to share isn't just a story, it's a shift. A holy unraveling that's been unfolding inside of me for days now. We sat down originally to film an episode about childhood trauma. And we will tell those stories. But something's been happening in me lately that I couldn't ignore. And if this podcast is about truth, then I have to speak mine. The truth is, I've been anxious. Not because I'm scared of the stories I'm sharing, but because I know the world I come from. I know what it's like to feel like being a Christian means being a certain kind of person. Put together, polished, and reformed, which I clearly absolutely am not.
Obviously you are. The most polished put together
where's
ever.
my tissue? Where's my tissue? Thank you. So here I am, a woman of faith and also a woman with a past. A woman who's loved recklessly, survived desperately, messed up loudly, and still dared to believe that God isn't ashamed of her. That maybe God called her. I know there will be people who hear pieces of what I say, maybe even parts of my story about sex or mistakes or things they'd rather I keep quiet, and they'll ask, how can she claim Jesus and still say that? How can she be a Christian and be so raw? And to that, all I can say is, this is my Christianity. Not the performance kind. Sorry.
Get my tissue.
Not the look polished. Never doubt. Don't cuss. Wear a mask kind. But the real kind. The kind that shows up bruised and honest. The kind that sits with the broken. The kind that says, I've been through hell and he met me here. So if you're watching this and wrestling with how faith and flaws can coexist, I see you. I'm not here to change your mind. I'm here to live my truth and to make space for yours. And Andrea.
Oh, fuck. I'm already a disaster.
Andrea, thank you. Thank you for holding space for me to say all of this. All of it. Everything. Spiraling. Even though you don't share the same beliefs, you're still being the safest place. I have to explore them. You've made me feel more seen in my faith than any church ever has. And that alone is healing. This platform, We Weren't Crazy. It isn't just about storytelling. It's about becoming. It's about shedding shame. It's about laughing and crying and remembering and unlearning. So today's episode might not be what we had planned, but it's what we needed to happen. If you ever feel like your past disqualified you from your purpose, please let this be your permission slip. You're not too much. You're not too far, and you're not alone. Let's begin.
Well, Jesus. It's okay, baby.
Oh, she sees us crying. I feel like I kind of blacked out when I was reading that. I don't even remember.
You did a really good job. All right, well, I cried all my makeup off.
I need a drink.
I need a drink.
Cheers.
Jesus Christ. Oh, ironic.
It's okay.
I know.
That's
I know. I don't know. I don't know why I just had that reaction. We can say Jesus Christ, and He loves us anyway. Her
That's something
and me,
I explored.
maybe. I don't know.
I'll tell you about that tomorrow or later.
I'll fill you in tomorrow, as if we're not literally having a sleepover tonight. All right. Everything up is just going to be us crying. If you guys, once we have a merch store, we're going to make custom We Weren't Crazy hankies.
Yep. What is it? What are the brand of these tissues?
Clinics.
Clinics.
Well, it's Kleenex.
Unless Clinics wants to
I just call them
sponsor
Kleenex.
us.
All right. What if we were like on the front of a like we go to Walmart and the tissue boxes are like We Weren't Crazy tissues. We're gonna manifest
with our
that.
faces.
Yeah, just us crying like.
Oh my god.
All right, Felicia, you've believed in God your whole life, even when you had every reason not to. Even when people who claimed to love Him made you feel small, ashamed, or unworthy. Even when your world kept falling apart, you never let go. And now I see why. This isn't happening by accident. It's happening because you're finally face to face with the truest version of yourself. And for the first time, you're not running. You're choosing what version of you the world gets to see. You are the first example I've ever had of someone living their beliefs without weaponizing them. You've never tried to change me, not once. So many people have told me it's okay that you're not religious. But eventually, they always try to fix me or save me. Even when they say it's fine, it never really is, but not you. Oh my God, I can't read. It's because it's so fucking small.
We're gonna get you readers.
Good thing I know how to edit now. It's also why I can't look up at you, because if I look up
I
at
know,
you,
that's
then
how
I'm not-
I was.
But then I won't be able to find my spot because the words are so fucking small. All right. You've never made me feel like I had to be saved to be loved. Never made me feel less than for believing in energy, the universe, signs, or spirits. You've let me speak my language and still chosen to love me and yours. That's why I trust your faith, because it doesn't try to change me. It just shows up.
Why do I laugh when I'm crying?
We both do. It's because we're traumatized. Everyone traumatized is funny and laughs when they're uncomfortable.
Happy tears.
You've shown me that Christianity at its core can be tender and inclusive and curious. You've taught me that being a Christian doesn't mean being perfect. It means being honest, and you're the most honest person I know. God damn it. Also, when I look at you, I start crying more. And now you're about to show up for the world. Not as someone with all the answers, but as someone brave enough to tell the truth in real time. You're going to show people that you can be a Christian and still be human, that you can cuss, cry, have sex, ask hard questions, and still be closer to God than most people who've never been tested. You are proof that faith doesn't have to look clean to be holy, and that holiness isn't about having clean hands, it's about having open ones. You are the kind of Christian the world needs more of. The kind who listens more than she preaches. The kind who shows up with her full self. The kind who lets people come as they are, because that's how you came to God too. This podcast might be what cracked the door open, but it's your courage. No, hold on. Couldn't see through my tears. My contacts are fogging up. This podcast might be what cracked the door, but it's your courage that's kicking it wide open. You're not just telling your story anymore, you're becoming it. And the fact that you're choosing to do that, this honestly, this vulnerably, and this faithfully is what makes you unstoppable. Let's tell the truth. Let's rewrite. Let's rewrite what faith and friendship can look like, and let our truth set other people free.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. And you probably feel the same way because we're the same person. I feel like I could like burst right now, but I also feel like I could rest right now.
Well, it's good. It's like peace, but like I think it also is because we've never felt that.
Yeah.
We've always been so like lost and wondering, trying to figure out what's the next step to survive.
Right.
And so I think that now that we're understanding the power of this, we feel peace and like knowing we're on the right track, overwhelmed because it's so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then also, I mean, your nervous system unraveling all of this stuff. So it's
Right.
like, it's just so much at once.
It's a lot. You know how actors say they don't watch themselves on camera? Obviously, I'm so glad that I watched everything that we've done. Duh, and I'm going to.
Right.
But I have to learn how to like stay in this moment on this couch with you. I just need to reel my brain in for a minute and just like get
Do you feel
back
like you're
to this.
overthinking it?
I think so a little bit, but like I think I'm overthinking it because I'm not overthinking everything. It's just like I'm just.
I mean, you said you don't remember what you just read. I think
I literally don't.
Your nervous system is really struggling right now of like trying to protect you. That's how your nervous system has kept you alive.
Yeah.
So it's probably why you're feeling that like disconnect, because that's how we normally, I mean, we literally like shut down instead of like,
and I haven't blacked out like that in ages.
especially without drinking.
Literally.
Yeah, I'm like, are you what? Did you do tequila shots without me? My God. I mean, really, it feels like Christianity is always a box, right? And it like just traps you in it. And you already kept a much bigger box than a lot of people. You don't go to church. You don't feel that you need to go there to have a relationship with anybody. And like, do you prefer to say God or Jesus? I need to understand this.
So when I think about God, I think about God as like my father. Yeah, so to me, how you think of the universe, I think of God, all encompassing everything. God is neither man, woman, it's everything. And that's something we've unpacked, and I've come to a realization. We've put a label on God and put him in a box in a way, you know? And when I think of God and Jesus, God is the creator of the universe, and I think of Jesus as like my homie. You know what I mean? Not like, but you get what I'm saying? Like my best friend, like the one who.
Do you think of it like?
I need to take this off. It keeps clinking on that.
Whenever we were talking about all of this, because I know you talk about Jesus, and you've taught me like what Jesus is to you, and I understand that everything that Christians are doing, that they're like in the church for the most part, is like not aligned with Jesus at all. I don't know how to talk about it correctly, I guess. Like it gets confusing to me.
And I actually kind of get where you're coming from.
Because it's like, is Jesus a person?
See, this is what is so beautiful about our dynamic and our friendship is, first of all, the fact that you want to understand
I just want to be able
where
to
I'm coming from.
Way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the magical thing about that, and where my mind is like, Jesus, God, and the Holy Spirit, they're all the same thing, but and I've never thought about it that way, so the fact that you even brought that up is beautiful. To me, Jesus, God, the Holy Spirit are literally the same entity, just different forms of how I'm able to recognize them or relate to them in a way. When I refer to Jesus, that's almost like I'm referring to, because Jesus, in my belief, was the human version of God on the planet. And so when I say I hope God would be proud, that just seems so big.
Right.
But if I say I hope Jesus is proud, like that's so much more. That's like me saying I hope that you're proud. So much more personal.
It's a humanized version of.
Exactly. Wow, I never thought about it that way.
It's interesting to hear how you process it, because I bet a lot of people would process it differently.
Right.
Like, even saying like they're kind of all the same thing, but Jesus is my homie.
He's my homie.
The name of the episode, Jesus is my homie.
But for real. And I just want to say this too, we're not making this podcast religious. That's not And I hate that word religion. I hate it with a passion. That's not what this is about. What this is about. And I'm so thankful that you've provided a space for me to process all of this, because it really does come back to our friendship and how I have been struggling with the stigma of being a perfect performing Christian.
Yeah.
You know, somebody who doesn't sin or doesn't do this or that. And I've done it all. Literally, besides murder, I've never murdered somebody.
If she did, I'd never tell.
But the fact that you're so open and willing to even like talk about this is huge. A few months ago, when you and I first started talking about it, there were thoughts creeping in. I was like, I've never been ashamed of my story ever. I've never been ashamed of the wild, crazy things I've done ever. Like, I don't want to hold on to shame.
Right.
But I've also been thinking about what are Christians gonna say and gonna think.
Because obviously we believe two separate things. Like
Right.
I was raised in church. I was an acolyte. I was in every church play.
What's an acolyte?
I was a Methodist church, and I'm grateful for my growing up in church, because I'm from a fucking town of like literally 500 people. And it was the only time I ever got to have any interaction with humans, because my mom moved me out into the middle of the fucking country where I wasn't around anybody. I had at least some people that like loved me and cared about me. My favorite thing though was chimes. So it's these huge, big. I can't wait. So it was a chime group. So I would go, and then they assign you your letters,
Right.
which note you are, and then it's like doom 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 doom, and you play beautiful music. It was my favorite thing. Anyway,
I do. Okay,
an
if you thought it was
acolyte-
beautiful, it sounded. I love that then.
No, you would love it.
Okay.
And it's really fun. It was so fun
I
for
just
me.
thought you were being forced to play the chimes.
No, I loved it. So an acolyte, I was being kind of forced to do, but I had to wear the big robe. Didn't like that. And then you carry this
What
giant.
was the point of the robe, I wonder?
What's the point of a lot of things?
Yeah,
that are
that's
in
true.
churches? Carry this giant stick that has a wick at the end of it.
Knowing
The
you and I,
altar-
we would like accidentally light someone's clothes on fire.
I was so paranoid. I hated doing it. So I would have to walk down, and then you light the light. And then the most embarrassing thing ever, keep in mind too, this is a congregation of like, I forgot what it was called, congregation of like 25 people. But like, it was a crowd.
Right,
So
it
then if your
is.
flame gets sniffed out, then I would have to the preacher would have to come up and light it, and it'd be so embarrassing. So I would try to do my best, and you light the candle.
So
and
here
it
you
starts
were
the
trying to
service.
do something so beautiful, and yet you were doing something that made you anxious.
So it was like, why are we doing this? My whole religious experience, I loved the community. I loved plays and the music. I still know a lot of hymns.
Right.
Like I could do hymn trivia and probably still know all the words. There were so many things that just didn't make sense. Some of the teachings or the lessons or the weird traditions. I would just be there even as a kid and say, but why though? Like this doesn't make sense. Or like, why, if Jesus loves everyone, then why are you telling me that this is bad? What do you mean Noah had an ark and saved all of the planet? Like my scientific brain was like, this doesn't make sense. That has been rooted in me from the get-go. I don't think it would have mattered what kind of church I went to. Now what I don't like is the fucking rock band. So that's how people used to try to get me to go to church. She weaponized Christianity against, made me feel less than. It was so important for me to go to church on Easter. It's that fucking church that like has a literal rock band on stage, big mega sign. And they're trying to be inclusive, but then if you actually,
but they're also trying to get famous and trying
they're
to
trying to get your money, say they're inclusive, but if you actually listen to the message and you actually listen to the words, they're not inclusive. They're saying we're here to save you from
and that's not our responsibility. Our responsibility,
like, oh, we're inclusive of gays, but we're gonna save you from it.
And that's not our job. Our job as believers, I don't even want to use the term Christians because it's so muddied and so awful in so many ways.
For sure, yeah.
Our job as believers is to be examples and to tell the fucking truth. And that's
I have a really good question.
Yes.
Just in my head.
Tell me.
I have to ask you right away before it leaves my brain. So I was just thinking about my own me as a little girl in church. So what was your experience? Obviously, like I can't imagine that your mom was taking you from the crack house to church.
No, I never went to church as a
So what how
kid,
did you
ever.
where did your
It
discovery of it happen? Like do you remember?
I actually do, which is it's wild because like growing up, and when I say growing up, I mean like age till age what, 9, when I met Courtney and her family who eventually adopted me. But before that, like my biological mom, we didn't go to church. We never
Was
talked.
she religious?
No, we never talked about
That's
God.
what's fascinating to
I
me.
just remember we would always say this prayer before I lay me down to sleep tonight. I pray the Lord to keep my soul or whatever. I need to look it up because I forget it because I'm
Before I
like
lay me down to sleep, I pray the Lord my
my soul
soul
to
to keep.
keep. If I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. That was as religious as it got. But I just remember
Clearly, it was in her somewhere.
it. Yeah. But we never talked about God.
Yeah.
We never prayed. There were nights when I'd be home as a little kid by myself and
Like little,
like 5, 6, all the
alone.
years.
Yeah, all the
I
time.
lived
Yeah.
with her off and on until I was 8 or 9. I don't
Mm-hmm.
remember the timelines, but like I had nobody to talk to. Nobody. And so I would just like talk to the version of God that I knew him to be. I knew that there was something bigger than me, and I had to say these things out loud or talk to somebody.
Yeah.
And I think that's when I truly knew that like there was something beyond me out there. We never went to church. Mm-mm. No.
Did you go to church when you were adopted?
Mm-hmm.
What was that? What is it called? Denomination? Is that right?
I don't remember. I think they were considered non-denominational
Oh.
churches. When I was in foster care, actually, foster care was the first time I experienced like
Going to
the
church.
yeah, because we were involved in the Sparky program, I think is what it's called.
Oh.
There's a term for it, but it's like the Girl Scout, Boy Scout version of
Church.
church. Would get so excited when I get a little gem on my badge
Oh.
for
You like.
memorizing a Bible verse. And at that point in time, it's still very innocent. It was like
Mhm.
I was learning about the things that I had.
One thing that it's important to mention is Felicia has a very low retention rate
Very.
of a lot of things.
Yeah.
We both do. But if we care about something, we can retain it.
Yep.
But when it comes to like reading things and remembering them, it's like
Yep.
life skills, survival skills.
I know something
therapy
crazy,
things.
and this is off topic.
Yeah.
I don't remember the names of anybody growing up except for the 2 people who molested me that I could vividly remember. I remember their names. Like, why would I?
Weird.
Like, it's weird. Anyways, off topic.
Another story we'll unpack.
Then, whenever I was adopted, at that point in time when I was going to church with my adopted family, like, it felt good. I remember even at camp, like, I got to tell my story and I truly felt it. And I don't know if times have changed completely
Yeah.
or if I just was in a more naive phase, but I wasn't afraid to say what had happened to me.
Yeah.
I wasn't afraid of judgment, I guess is the best way to put that.
Well, being a child too, you're also very pure, and you're
Right.
not influenced by like judgment because you haven't
Yeah.
experienced it. So there, and I didn't finish my thought about
Okay.
retention. So cause this, here we
Squirrel.
are. Just feel like it's so important. It's always been amazing to me that you can like pull a random like lesson from the Bible out and like relate it to anything better than anyone I've ever known.
And that's recent. That, if you think
It's like
about
it literally. That's why I'm convinced, like, when you say Jesus is my homie, like, I literally feel like you're like, you probably dated him or something. Like, I don't know, but like, there is no explanation for why you can do that. You don't study the Bible. You're not like, you don't have like a Bible app. I've never even seen. I mean, I think you probably have one, but like, I've never seen you read it. I've never seen you be like, I'm gonna take time for my devotional today. Where? How did it?
I don't know.
Where did it live in your brain?
I don't know.
And that's why Jesus is your homie.
He is my homie.
Jesus, if you're her homie, you're my homie. That's why I love it so much. Do you know if we had like a real producer, they'd be like, all right, back on track.
I know, right?
Anybody tries to manage us someday, they're going to have to know that we have no plan. I mean, I have a plan loosely, but Jesus.
Christianity, and I use it in quotes again because it's so, to me, it's almost triggering.
Yeah.
Because the term has just been, I don't like
used
it.
And abused and manipulated and like weaponized. Truly weaponized.
It has. By other
Yeah.
Christians.
Yeah.
It was so structured at one point in my life where I would literally do cocaine Saturday night and I would show up at church on Sunday morning because that is what I had to do. I would still be high on cocaine and showing up to church because I had to be there. I don't want to say struggle.
Can I give an example of this, of the weaponizing? Whenever my grandma was on hospice, I was sitting by her hospital bed. I was just holding her hand and crying. And my great aunt, who has always been so just obnoxiously Christian to where you're not helping anyone. Mm-hmm. You're making people uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. She came in. I didn't know she was there. I'm sitting in the dark with my grandma. I'm just crying. I'm holding her hand. My grandma's like completely unconscious at this point. And she came in. I knew it was her immediately because I just can sense her. And she's a nice person. It's not that she's a bad person. She came over and she kind of like wrapped her.
She was doing what she was taught to do in a way. If you think about it, maybe, or I could be wrong.
No, because my grandpa wasn't Christian and she's his sister, and she put her hands on me and my grandma and she leaned down and like,
oh fuck, I remember this.
And she, first of all, I don't really need you to say anything to me in this moment, but she said, if you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, then you'll see your grandma again. And I said, I'll see her again no matter what. You would never say that. And you don't even care that I don't believe the same thing you believe. You know that my grandma's spirit is always with me.
Right. Well, and
I'm not going to see my grandma again because she's not going to be in that same physical form. She's not. She's gone. She's a spirit now. She's all encompassing. She's everywhere around me. But the fact that you just told me that if I accept
it felt
Jesus,
like that feels like a threat. And I remember, and I was struggling with that too. And I sent you the conversations that I had with my therapist.
Mm-hmm.
In Christianity, we have been taught to believe that unless you say the prayer, I accept Jesus Christ into my heart, you won't go to heaven. And I said, I need you to tell me from the Bible, our source as Christians, the source that we have now. And I have, like, there's so many other sources. There's what you feel, whatever. I wanted facts. I wanted verses. I wanted to know, is that literally the only way? And there was a Bible verse, and I could pull it up, that said, God looks at the heart. Where's my phone?
We're so rich. We have our therapist on speed dial.
Nowadays, Christians believe the only way to heaven. Oh, I have another point. Hold on. I'm talking to Andrea, but I have another point. Wow, so many points.
Actually, it's good that you go check because I always make sure you look perfect. Go look in the camera and tell me what you think. That's why I said I need you to help with the checking. I just like having it close to me. It's like a little buddy. But is my gobble going to show a lot? I just want a happy medium. I do have him. I had to watch my face for 17,000 hours while I edited everything, and I had to see everything I didn't like about myself. And the first thing I'm doing whenever I have money is getting neck surgery.
Okay, but here's also the other thing is people who have
gobbles. So you're confirming that I have a gobble.
No, you didn't let me finish. People who have insecurities are going to watch this and be like,
look at the perfect Felicia.
Perfect neck. Because you have a beautiful face. One day you will, when you're 80 years old, you're going to be like, Bitch. Also, we should have saved all of the corks and put the date of which we popped them.
You're so ambitious for that idea.
Why?
We would never have done that.
I would have. I'm taking that one right there and putting the date. Bitch. I was so pretty. Especially.
Stop fucking with that.
No, it was down here.
I know, but it fell off.
Do you know? Do you know?
It fell off.
No, and when I sat down.
It's a lover's quarrel.
Oh! Take another picture of your dog.
She looks beautiful and perfect.
She looks exactly like she did 2 seconds ago.
I love you so much.
One thing I cannot spell is maintenance.
No, I can't spell schedule.
Oh, that's easy.
No, it's like, where does the CH go? There's like 2 different.
SCH.
But I get confused. If
How do you
there's,
spell
like, an
maintenance?
additional-
Spell maintenance.
Maintenance. MAINTEN.
Wait.
Maintenance.
See? Say it one more time.
Maintenance. MAINTENANCE. Maintenance.
Damn.
I do it?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did good in spelling bees. That's me.
SCHEDULE. Schedule.
But in my mind, there should be like another H or...
Just like maintenance, I think it should be NENCE. No one says maintenance.
Maintenance.
All right, back to regular programming. You don't have to believe what I believe in. You respect what I believe in. You want to learn more about it. And likewise, like I'm learning more about the way that you think and the things that you care about.
Yeah.
And
Well, even like, remember when you were over here, it was like soon after my grandma died. And we were high. Totally legal CBD. I was talking to you about like how I like feel her spirit, and I was saying how like I could like tell even in the house she wasn't here anymore, and that she like I just feel her energy, and that now she's like everywhere and all around. And I remember you getting really emotional about it and being like, that's such a more magical, deep way to think about it than someone just dies and they go where they go.
I was talking to somebody that I know, and she's a Christian, and she was like, I don't believe in ghosts.
It also is so ironic to me that you can say you don't believe in ghosts, but you believe in like
The Holy
God,
Spirit.
Jesus,
The Holy Spirit. Right.
If that can exist, why can't it exist? Why are we not spirits?
Right.
Like, why are
we are spiritual beings.
Why are we
like
just in one body forever? Like,
we're not.
I think that we are.
We have souls, and
we're a soul that has been. I don't even like using the word reincarnated because I feel like that almost like confuses people. I don't think that it's reincarnation. I think it's just your soul travels to wherever it's supposed to be. Again, when my aunt said that to me about, if you accept Jesus, then you can see your grandma again. I'm never going to see her in this form again.
Right.
I know that I will always be connected to you and that we just have a body. And like, how is that different? It's like you go to church and you take communion and it's like the body, the blood, whatever.
Well, and remember we talked about this. And I was asking my therapist. But for real, and I need to find those conversations so we can talk about it. But remember, because I was coming from a very, this is how you're raised in the church. But I was also having these mind-blowing soul level experiences. First of all, we've labeled God as a man. Mm-hmm. And I said, if God is God of everything, he's not a man or woman.
Yeah.
The Bible was written for humans so that they could understand on this earth.
Right.
And how fucking selfish are we to think, and I say this to people who don't believe in aliens.
Yeah.
Aliens, but they're not fucking little green things all around.
You're delusional to believe we are the only thing in
because
this
God,
whole
if God does
universe.
everything, literally the world doesn't revolve around us.
They're delusional enough to think that this is the only
It's because
planet with life.
they're closed off. I have had to, from a faith standpoint, back that up because we've been raised to think it's black or white. There's either past lives, astrology, stars, or there's Jesus. Mm-hmm. And for me, why can't both exist? And we're trying to create these scenarios in our, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're creating, I believe the Bible is true. I go off the Bible, but that also doesn't close me off. That is putting the God I believe in a box.
And also, how sad is it to be so closed off that someone you love dies and you don't know what happens. We don't know what happens. Unless you literally have died and come back to life, you don't know what happens. Like, regardless of what any book says. What if they are trying to communicate with you? What if they're trying to comfort you? What if, like what my grandma has done for us? If I wasn't open to that, her energy would be wasted. And she was religious, you know?
Right.
But, like, she also was open-minded about it in the best way she knew how, but she knows I'm open-minded, so she knew obviously I would listen. But I think that's also why people, especially Christians, put so much weight in being buried, going to the grave to be with the person. I'm never going to go to my grandma's grave.
Right.
I've never gone to Terry's grave.
Right.
That's not where they are.
No.
That is a box in the ground. That's also where I feel like even my having my dogs, having them cremated, having them with me, to me, that feels more spiritual.
Right.
I want to be cremated and made into trinkets that are handed out at a party. You know, I've made my demands.
On a mirrored plate.
I want...
With $100 bill.
I want my ashes to be made into...
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh. No,
Kidding.
I don't want you to store my ashes.
Kidding. I'm joking. The thing about cocaine is... Like, it's so, as humans, we put these things in boxes and stigmatize them. There's nothing fucking wrong with it. We take Adderall every day.
True.
We take, like, it's just, you have opened my eyes not opened my eyes. You have forced me unintentionally to expand how I see my God. And my God is everything. He encompasses everything that you believe in too, if that makes sense. Just because you don't believe in the same God I believe in, they're still the same thing.
And by force, do you mean just because I challenge you to, like, think about it? You know what I mean?
Don't even challenge me. It's I want to understand where you're coming from.
Yeah. Well,
I
it's
want
the same
to.
thing whenever I ask my therapist about epiphanies, to say, can you decode this, because I don't I don't understand.
Right.
Like, the biblical parts lose me. I want to understand what it is. Being able to put all that information and say, give this to me in the language that I understand. We are so similar in every single way and can communicate about everything and can have a completely different language when it comes to what we believe in.
Right.
Is honestly magical.
Keyword language. If you think about it,
it really.
We both believe in a higher power.
Yeah.
We both believe that there's something out there bigger than us, and what we choose to call it
is just different. At the end of the day, we still believe the same thing, which is I want to be a good person that cares about people, that takes care of the less fortunate, that sees people, that hears people, that does good, that my intention is always to be good and not be mean or conniving or hurtful or hateful. To me, in my world of beliefs, that's putting out what I want to get back.
Right.
And it's not me following anything other than just my heart. Like, I just want to be a good person. And I want everyone to feel good around me. Unless I don't like you and I have anxiety, then I just don't really care if you can. I'll still be nice to you. But stay away. It's the same principles. It's the same values. It's just mine aren't written in a book. Whoa.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
That was good.
All right. Well,
we went crazy.
And neither are you. And Felicia is Jesus's homie.
And he's my homie.
Oh, we should wrap this up.
Oh. Wait.
Hold on.
A song?
No. So normally whenever, because like a lot of people say, please God, let us, whatever. And I've always said Oprah. Because she's my mother.
She's the one who saved you.
Yeah, truly. Back then all the time. But so, and also Taylor Swift. But so what I always say is praise God, Jesus, universe, Oprah, Taylor Swift.
Yep.
Dear God, Jesus, Oprah, universe, Taylor Swift. Thank you for this episode.
It's been like 10 years of therapy within 3 days.
Yeah. Oh, for real. And we also both just want to make sure that we're being authentic to what's happening as it's unraveling. And there's a lot of people that will relate to you, and there's a lot of people that will relate to me.
1000%.
And we want to make sure that everybody knows that it's possible to just be both.
Yep.
To speak a different language, to believe a different thing, and still love each other. And we don't have to be enemies. We don't have to hate each other. We don't have to fight. We've never had one issue about this, not one.
Yeah, no.
And even when we talk about it, when you tell me like stories from the Bible, as you were just saying, like you have to ground it in biblical fact.
For myself.
For you to make sure, because you want to do your checks and balances and make sure, is this what I've just been told, or is this actually in the Bible? And I think that's what a lot of people don't do.
Right.
And so by you saying, I always go back to, where can I find this about? Where does it actually say that this is bad, or that's bad, or this person's bad, or this kind of person is bad?
Yep.
And almost every single time you do, you come back to me and say, there's nothing that says that.
Yeah.
It's a vague statement that they're turning into something. So I think that that's going to be so important for people, especially people that are confused in their faith or are afraid to stand up to say, like, I don't agree with what's happening in the world, or I'm gay. Church says that I can't be, or I am sexual, or I don't go to church and I cuss and I do drugs, but I still have a relationship with God. Right. I think all of that is going to be really important for people to see.
Yeah.
And then also to know that, like, I don't believe that way.
Right, exactly. I have fear behind talking about all my sexcapades, all the drugs I've done. And it gives me chills, like, Jesus met me there every single time. Like, my Jesus met me there every time. So why would I hide that? You know?
It's necessary for people to understand
From both sides.
Who we are, and also make them feel
welcome.
Yeah, and safe.
Here you go, right
Come
here
on
the
over.
couch.
There's a lot of pillows, and
it's 800. Actually, it feels really good in here tonight.
I'm sweating, but I think it's the alcohol. Anyway, reading Rainbow.
I was gonna say you weren't crazy, and neither are we, but
that's wrong.
We weren't crazy.
And neither are you.
Bye.
Bye.
Music?
Happy Saturday!
I want to go zoom down an aisle. Just zoom me down an aisle.
Can we get what we need while we're here?
I'll buy your wine as long as you take me zooming down an aisle.
I need you to give me a real answer.
Yes. Let's go to the liquor store.
Just
zoom in.
leave.
I think, yeah, he's leaving. Let's go. $2.99.
Happy CMA Fest.
CMA Fest prep.
Yeah, 2 of them.